So many people fall into a routine. They wake up, they go to work, they come home, they eat dinner, they watch some TV and go to sleep. This cycle repeats for 40 years, sometimes even longer. They trade their most valuable asset, their time, for a paycheck. But here's the scary part. After all those decades of hard work, a shocking number of people have almost nothing to show for it. They reach retirement age with a tiny savings account, or worse, a mountain of debt. This isn't some rare, unfortunate story. It's an epidemic. It's the reality for millions who just assume things would work out. The idea of working your entire adult life only to retire broke should be terrifying. It's a modern-day tragedy. You give up your youth, you give up your energy, you give up your best years to a job, you follow all the rules society lays out for you, you get an education, you get a job, you pay your bills. Yet the finish line reveals an empty prize box. This happens because most people never learn how money actually works. Let's talk about the most powerful force in the financial universe. Albert Einstein supposedly called it the eighth wonder of the world. I'm talking about compound interest. This is the secret sauce. This is the cheat code to building wealth. Compounding is simply the process of your investments earning returns, and then those returns earning their own returns. It's a snowball effect. At first, the snowball is small. You might not even notice the growth. But as it keeps rolling downhill, it picks up more snow, getting bigger and bigger at an ever-increasing speed. Your money starts to work for you, and then the money your money made starts working for you too. The key to unlocking the magic of compounding is time. The earlier you start, the more powerful it becomes. Let's imagine two people. Person A starts investing $300 a month at age 25. Person B starts investing the exact same $300 a month but at age 35. Assuming they both earn a modest 8% average annual return, the difference is staggering. By age 65, Person A will have over $1 million. Person B will have less than half of that, around $440,000. That 10-year head start was worth over $500,000. This is why I scream from the rooftops about starting early. Every single day you wait is a day you lose your most powerful ally, time. Consistency is the fuel for the compounding engine. It's not about making one big, heroic investment. It's about the small, boring, repetitive act of investing money every single month, no matter what. It's about setting up a system and sticking to it. Whether the market is up or down, you keep investing. This discipline is what separates the wealthy from everyone else. People who get rich slowly and surely understand that the real wins come from consistency over a long period. They don't try to time the market. They don't get scared and sell when prices dip. They just keep feeding the compounding machine month after month, year after year. Think of it like planting a tree. When you first plant a small sapling, it doesn't look like much. For the first few years, its growth is barely noticeable. It would be easy to get discouraged and give up on it, but if you consistently water it and make sure it gets sunlight, it will grow. Its roots will deepen and its trunk will thicken. Decades later, that tiny sapling will be a massive, towering tree that provides shade and comfort. Your investment portfolio is that tree. Your consistent contributions are the water and sunlight. Give it time and consistent care and it will grow into something that can support you for the rest of your life. So you got a raise. Congratulations. Or maybe you received a nice annual bonus. That's fantastic. What's the first thing most people do? They think about how to spend it. A new car, a bigger apartment, more expensive restaurants, fancier vacations. This, my friends, is lifestyle creep. The silent killer of wealth-building dreams. The subtle habit of increasing spending as income rises. It feels great in the moment, but it keeps people trapped in the rat race. It feels natural. I make more money so I can spend more money. But that mindset negates the purpose of earning more. If expenses rise with income, you're never getting ahead. You're just running faster on the same hamster wheel. Your savings rate stays the same or even goes down. You might have a nicer car and a bigger TV, but your financial future looks exactly the same. You're still just one paycheck away from trouble. Do the opposite. When you get a raise, a bonus, or any other windfall of cash, the first thing you should do is pretend it never happened. At least, from a spending perspective. Instead of upgrading your lifestyle, you upgrade your savings. You take that extra money and you put it to work. You increase your automatic contributions to your retirement accounts. You make an extra payment on your debt. You funnel that new cash directly into your wealth-building machine. This is how you create a gap between what you earn and what you spend. Imagine your income goes up by $500 a month. The average person will find $500 worth of new monthly expenses. Higher car payment, a more expensive gym, more takeout. The future millionaire takes that $500 and immediately increases their 401k or IRA contribution. They don't even see it hit their checking account. By doing this, they've just supercharged their compounding machine. They are buying their freedom faster. They are choosing a secure future over temporary gratification. Resisting lifestyle creep is one of the single most important habits you can develop on your journey to financial independence. It's a choice you make every time you get more money. Most people handle their finances backward. They get their paycheck, and then they start paying bills. They pay their rent, they pay their mortgage, they pay their car payment, they pay for groceries, they pay for utilities, they pay for their phone, they spend money on entertainment, they spend money going out. Then, if there's anything left over, they might think about saving it. There's almost never anything left over. Saving what's left is a guaranteed path to failure. It treats saving as an afterthought. This is the wrong way to think about it. Flip the script entirely. Pay yourself first. The very first bill you pay is your savings. Before you pay your landlord, move money into savings. Before you pay the car company, move money into savings. Before you buy a coffee, move money into savings. Treat your future self as your most important creditor. This shift makes a world of difference. It turns saving into a mandatory, non-negotiable expense. It ensures you're building your future, not just funding today. Aim for 15-20% of gross income. If you make $50,000 a year, save $7,500 to $10,000. 20% is impossible. I hear you. Don't panic. Start with 1%. Start with $25 a paycheck. Start with whatever you can, no matter how small it seems. Build the habit. Small savings prove it's possible. Watch the money move into savings before you can spend it. Slowly increase it. When you get a raise, bump to 2%. A few months later, cut a small expense and bump to 3%. Gradually work up to 15-20% or higher. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Starting small and consistent beats trying big and failing. Alright, let's talk about one of the easiest and most incredible ways to boost your retirement savings. If you work for a company that offers a 401k plan with an employer match, you need to listen very carefully. If you work for a company that offers a 403b plan with an employer match, you need to listen very carefully. This is literally free money. I repeat, free money. An employer match is a program where your company contributes money to your retirement account on your behalf, but only if you contribute first. A common example? Company matches 100% of your contributions, up to 5% of your salary. That's a guaranteed 100% return, instantly. Let me break this down. Say you make $60,000 a year. Your company offers a 5% match. To get the full match, you contribute 5% of salary. That's $3,000 a year. Your company will deposit $3,000 too. Your $3,000 contribution has instantly become $6,000. You will not find a better return on your money anywhere on planet Earth. Not stock, not real estate, not cryptocurrency. Not taking advantage of the full company match is like taking part of your paycheck and lighting it on fire. Your absolute number one financial priority should be to contribute enough to your 401k to get the full employer match before you do anything else, before you pay off extra debt, before you open any other investment account. There are no excuses for this one. If you have to eat rice and beans for a few months to make it happen, you do it. The long-term benefit is simply too massive to ignore. This is the lowest hanging fruit on the entire tree of wealth building. It is the single biggest step up you can take with the least amount of effort. Ask your HR department what the matching policy is, and make sure you are contributing enough to max it out. Think about the impact this has over time. That extra matched money also gets to participate in the magic of compounding that we talked about earlier. So, not only are you doubling your money instantly, but that doubled money then starts to grow and compound for decades. The free money from your employer starts earning its own money. This is how you really accelerate your journey to a 7-figure net worth. It's a simple mechanical step that has an outsized impact on your financial future. Do not leave this free money on the table. It is part of your compensation package and you have to claim it. Once you've secured the full employer match in your 401k, and only after you've done that, it's time to look at the next level of retirement savings. This is where individual retirement arrangements, or IRAs, come into play. An IRA is a retirement account that you open on your own, separate from your employer. It gives you more control and, honestly, often a much wider range of investment options than a typical 401k. There are two main types you need to know about: the traditional IRA, the Roth IRA side-by-side comparison. Traditional IRA, tax break now, pay taxes later, versus Roth IRA, pay taxes now, tax-free later. Understanding the difference is key to making the right choice for your situation. A traditional IRA is a tax-deferred account. This means you might be able to get a tax deduction on the money you contribute today. For example, if you contribute $6,000, you might be able to reduce your taxable income by that amount, which lowers your tax bill for the current year. Your money then grows inside the account without you paying taxes on the gains each year. The catch is that when you eventually withdraw the money in retirement, you will have to pay income taxes on it. This type of account is often a good choice for people who are in a high tax bracket now and expect to be in a lower one when they retire. A Roth IRA is the opposite. It's an after-tax account. You contribute money that you've already paid taxes on, so you don't get an immediate tax deduction. But here's the beautiful part. The money grows completely, 100% tax-free. And when you withdraw it in retirement, it is all yours. You don't pay a single penny in taxes on your contributions or all the growth it experienced over the decades. This can be incredibly powerful. If you're young and in a relatively low tax bracket now, a Roth IRA is often the better choice. You pay the taxes now while your rate is low, and then you get to enjoy all that glorious tax-free growth for the rest of your life. Why are these accounts so important? Because they provide another dedicated vehicle for you to save for the long term with significant tax advantages. After you get your company match, your next goal should be to contribute as much as possible to an IRA each year up to the annual limit. For 2025, that limit is often in the neighborhood of $7,000, but it changes. By maxing out both your 401k match and your IRA, you are putting yourself on the fast track to a secure retirement. It's a 1-2 punch that combines free money from your employer with powerful tax-advantaged growth that you control. There's a common saying that cash is king. People feel safe when they have a large pile of cash sitting in a savings account. It feels tangible, it feels secure, it feels risk-free. I'm here to tell you that when it comes to long-term wealth building, this belief is not just wrong, it's dangerous. Holding large amounts of cash over long periods is a guaranteed way to lose money. Why? Because of a silent thief that is constantly working to erode the value of your dollars. That thief is called inflation. Inflation is the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services rises and purchasing power falls. Think about it this way. The dollar you have today won't buy the same amount of stuff in 10 or 20 years. Our grandparents said a candy bar used to cost a nickel. That's inflation in action. Historically, inflation averages around 2 to 3% a year, but it can spike much higher. If your cash sits in a savings account earning 0.1% interest, while inflation runs at 3%, you're effectively losing 2.9% of value each year. Your statement may show the same dollars, but they buy less and less. This is why you must invest your long-term savings. Investing aims to earn returns that outpace inflation. If the market averages 8% and inflation is 3%, you're growing real purchasing power by 5% a year. That's how money grows in real terms. Your money isn't idle. It's actively fighting inflation and building real, tangible wealth for your future. Cash is for short-term needs. Cash is for your emergency fund. Cash is not for retirement. The psychological comfort of cash is a trap. It makes you feel secure while wealth is quietly stolen. Overcome the fear of investing. The real risk isn't short-term market ups and downs. The real risk is doing nothing. Letting money sit and rot makes it less valuable every day. Put your money to work in assets that can grow faster than inflation. Cash for emergencies. Investments for freedom. Okay, so you know you need to invest. But the world of investing can seem complicated and intimidating. You hear about stock picking, day trading, complex strategies. The good news is, you can ignore almost all of that. For the vast majority of people, the best way to invest is also the simplest and the cheapest. The answer lies in low-cost index funds, or ETFs, which stands for exchange-traded funds. An index fund is a type of mutual fund that is designed to automatically track a specific market index like the S&P 500, which represents the 500 largest companies in the United States. When you buy a share of an S&P 500 index fund, you're instantly buying a tiny piece of all 500 of those companies. You own a little bit of Apple, a little bit of Microsoft, a little bit of Amazon, and hundreds of others. This provides instant diversification. You aren't betting on any single company to succeed. Instead, you are betting on the long-term growth of the American economy as a whole. History has shown this to be a very, very good bet. These funds are passively managed, meaning there isn't an expensive fund manager making decisions, which is why their fees, or expense ratios, are incredibly low. This is crucial, as high fees can eat away at your returns over time. Another key concept is asset allocation, which is just a fancy way of saying you should have a mix of different types of investments. The two main categories are stocks and bonds. Stocks, like the index funds we just discussed, represent ownership in companies and offer higher potential for growth, but they also come with more volatility and risk. Bonds are essentially loans you make to a government or a corporation. They offer lower returns, but are generally much safer and more stable than stocks. Having a mix of both helps to balance out your portfolio. The right mix of stocks and bonds depends on your age and your tolerance for risk. A common rule of thumb is the 110 minus your age rule. You subtract your age from 110, and that's the percentage of your portfolio that should be in stocks. So, a 30-year-old might have 80% in stocks and 20% in bonds. A 60-year-old might have 50% in stocks and 50% in bonds. As you get closer to retirement, you gradually shift more of your money from stocks to bonds to lock in your gains and reduce risk. This strategy allows you to benefit from growth when you're young and prioritize stability when you're older. It's a simple, effective, and time-tested approach to long-term investing. Building wealth isn't just about investing, it's also about building a strong financial foundation. Two big threats: high-interest debt, unexpected emergencies. Let's start with debt. High-interest consumer debt. Credit cards, personal loans. This debt is a wealth-destroying monster. You're trying to earn 8% in the market, while your credit card is charging 20% or more. It's like running up an escalator that's moving down twice as fast. You will never get ahead. Paying off high-interest debt is a financial emergency. Attack it with everything you've got. Secure your 401k match first, then eliminate any debt over 6 to 7% interest. Paying off a 20% card equals a guaranteed tax-free 20% return. It's the best investment you can make. On the other side, live below your means. Avoid lifestyle creep. As income grows, keep your core lifestyle modest. You can still enjoy life, but prioritize saving and investing over the newest and best stuff. The bigger the gap between income and expenses, the faster you'll reach freedom. Next, a financial shock absorber. Your emergency fund. A stash of cash in a high-yield savings account, only to be touched for true emergencies. Job loss, medical crisis, unexpected home repair. Visual. A person stands under an umbrella labeled emergency fund and insurance, shielding them from storms labeled job loss, medical bill, car accident. Aim to save 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. This fund is your safety net. It prevents you from going into debt or selling investments at the worst time. A fully funded emergency fund gives peace of mind. It's non-negotiable. And don't forget insurance. Health insurance, auto insurance, home or renter's insurance, term life insurance if you have dependents. In the end, retirement freedom isn't a secret or a lucky stock pick. It's the product of simple, consistent habits over a long period. Start early. Be consistent, pay yourself first, harness compounding, max out your employer's free money, use tax-advantaged accounts like IRAs, invest in low-cost diversified index funds, avoid lifestyle creep, avoid high-interest debt. Make these choices and you can escape the 40-year trap and be truly free. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It will help us grow and reach more people.